All right, y'all. Welcome back to My Twisted Life. This is your girl Poetry, and I'm about to jump right into The Walking Dead, Season 7, Episode 4, Service. I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't like this episode. I didn't like this episode so much that I decided to keep notes. So let me just get right into it. Because I'm feeling some kind of way about this episode. I really am. I'm feeling some kind of way, specifically about Rick. And I've seen a couple posts on Facebook pertaining to the episode. And I'm not feeling them. I'm not in agreement with what they were feeling. So probably going to not be in agreement with most of the reviewing world. I usually watch other people's reviews and reaction after I do mine to not taint it. So here goes. Michonne is waking up in the morning next to her man, Rick. And she decides that she's going to go out and to the field. She grabs a rifle and packs up a bag. I actually thought Michonne was finna leave, like burn out. She's like, I can't do this no more. I'm not finna be here if we not finna fight. I got to break bread and I gotta bounce like I always have. That's what I honestly thought she was doing. But Michonne went out there for target practice. And she took a rifle and she was aiming at a walker that was coming on. Michonne shot that rifle so many damn times. And she never hit this damn walker. Why she didn't adjust the scope, why she didn't turn the clicks a few times, I don't know why she didn't do none of that. But she kept shooting at this damn walker and she kept missing. I mean, missing it, like big time. And I mean, we looking through the scope with her, we can clearly see that the damn center is not on the damn walker, but you know, you adjust your sightings to you get the shot, but this TV. So she didn't do that. So basically when the walker came up on her, she had to fight the walker and slice him up with her trusty sword as she always done. Good job. So then Michonne goes out to the woods, and when she's out there in the woods, she notices that during her target practice, she ends up killing a deer. So she feels kind of bad about that because Bambi lost his mother again, you know. Let me take my glass off. I got a glare. Yeah, Bambi pretty much lost his mother again. So Michonne feeling some kind of way about that. In the meantime, back on the dude ranch, Rosita and Spencer are about to head out the gate. Eugene won't open the gate for them because, you know, he's like, you know, I'm doing what I need to do to prepare for Negan's visit. And Rosita, you know, is feeling some kind of way. Rosita and Michonne seem to have this type of feeling about them that's like, I'm fucking pissed. That's how they look and feel and sound to me, even without saying a lot of words. But you can clearly see that Rosita is pissed the fuck off. So she kind of taking it out on everybody that's around her right now, being Eugene and Spencer. And she has every right to be pissed. So while they're at the gate debating whether or not Eugene is going to let them out, who comes a knocking? Negan. And not only is Negan here, Negan is here early as a motherfucker, like that motherfucker ain't got no watch and don't know what time of the day it is. He done forgot. He told him he's gonna be a week. But see, in Negan world, whatever Negan says is a week is a week. So if he tell you I'm gonna be here in a week and he show up tomorrow, that was a week in Negan time. That's how he look at things. So he shows up and like, hey, you know, let's get it. It's time for us to start collecting what we need to come get. Rick shows up and Rick is like, hold up, dog. You said a week. And that's when he goes on to explain to him, it's what I say. So Rick like, all right, we are prepared to give you half. He say, no. Half is what I say it is. And that's pretty much like how I was just saying about his determination of time. You don't know what the fuck time it is. I say a week and you show up a couple days later than a week. But see, in Negan time and in Negan days and in Negan's mathematics, if I tell you a half and I come take 100%, that is half to me. You still owe me some shit. So that's basically what Negan was telling them. So he shows up and Dwight, old punk ass, rolls up on Rosita and like, what you got there? So he strips Rosita and Spencer of their guns. He takes Rosita's little hat, and Rosita like, motherfucker. If you had seen her face, Rosita looks like, baby, I'm gonna fuck you up. On sight. First time I see you about these streets. That's exactly the look that's on Rosita's face. Because she ain't breaking the stirs. And even when Negan rolled up on her, Negan like, you gonna do this, you gonna do that, whatever. And she looked at him like, you got me fucked up. Because Daryl came out of the van and they saw Daryl all beaten and battered and bruised. My poor baby. Oh my God, his face is all fucked the hell up to be damned. And he told Rick, don't look at him. Don't talk to him. Not unless I tell you to. You know, because if you don't continue to do so, you better start to clipping some body parts off of him in order for you to have permission to talk to him. And then so Rosita is looking at Daryl like, bruh, that's the way she looking at him. And he's like, well, shit, that goes for you too. What the fuck you looking at him for? That's pretty much how he looking at her. And Rosita looking at Negan like, motherfucker, if you don't get out my face. She was like, baby, did that neck roll and that eye roll on that ass? Of course, he like a little feisty ass women, little punk ass Negan mother sucker. But the white old bitch ass gonna tell them to bring back Daryl Bike. He pulls out their water so they can come back faster because they ain't gonna have no water out there to drink. And sends them out there for Daryl Bike. While they out there looking for Daryl Bike, well, they know where it was at pretty much. But while they out there looking for it, Rosita's like, all right, I'm finna go off into the woods. Because she remembers killing a lot of Negan's people. But when they killed Negan's people, they evidently didn't scavenge their weapons and stuff like that, which is unusual for them. But she found one that has a gun. And she takes the gun off of him, but he ain't got no bullets. So, like, now she got a gun with no bullets. And Spencer like, what the fuck you getting that for? What the hell you taking that for? He trying to deter her from taking it. I'm like, nigga, calm your god doggone nuts. Calm down. Let her do what the fuck she got to do. At this present moment, it's not fucking affecting you. Ain't nobody gonna know unless you tell her. She like, what the fuck you gonna say something? And he didn't say nothing back to her, but like, she like, come on. And I'm sitting here already like, why the fuck does the women the one have the damn balls in this episode? All the women seem like, come on, let's get it. Even from the first episode, Maggie was at the end like, oh, go back to the crib, get ready to fight. We about to do this. It's about to be on because that's what we do. And in this episode right here, it seems like the women are taking that on board. We about to get it. Stop fucking playing. So in the meantime, while they out there, Negan realizes that these motherfuckers got a lot of guns. Because Carl put out a gun on one of his people. He like, these ain't here taking all that damn medicine. They said half. You can't take all that shit. Carl is like Ice Cube and Friday with the gun tipped to the side like, no. I'd be so glad when they cut Carl hair. Oh my God, well, he got the most prettiest little bangs and little flip and stuff, but please cut Carl hair. The extended Justin Bieber look is done and over with. Please cut the man hair. Make him look like the man that he is acting like. Carl is still acting like a tough man, ready to get it for his people. While his daddy walking in here completely broken. And I'm not understanding this, y'all. And a lot of people, this is what I'm going back to on Facebook. A lot of people on Facebook are saying, you know, after Rick has seen what he has seen, and no matter why he's like this and he's just completely broken. Excuse me. Michonne, Rosita, the other dude that I keep saying name is Aaron, Eugene, Carl, if I didn't say his name already, they were out there with Rick seeing and watching the same damn thing. When Andrew and Glenn, R.I.P. to the both of them, had their lives taken by Negan and Lucille, Rick was still tough at that point, because after that, that's when he told Negan, I'm going to fuck you up. It may not be today, tomorrow, next week, next year, or whatever, but I'm going to get your ass. I'm going to get in it. That's when he was still tough. Then he took him out in the little camper ride. On the camper ride, that basically all he did was make him go fight some damn walkers. And had a little conversation with him. And when he brought him back, he tried to make him cut off Carl's arm. Okay, I got that. I got that. I got that. I understand. You want to protect your kid at all costs. I understand. This was your breaking point. But remember, Rick, sir, Carl is the one whose arm you was about to fucking cut off. And Carl is still manning up and like, no, let's stand up to these god doggone people. Why the hell aren't you? I'm not getting, why the hell aren't you, Rick? Rick went so far as to when they started collecting the guns and they had 2 missing from the inventory. He went around town and told everybody, look here, look here, look here. I'm not in charge no more. Y'all better give up the guns. Give them up. And that's the last of it. I don't want to hear nothing about it. The black dude that was there, now at the beginning when Negan walked through the gate and they was bringing all their people in, they finna start turning up, you know, Alexandria, the black dude was like, what the fuck? What the hell is up? I was already like, he finna die. Because one, we don't know who he is. We don't know his name. And he get too much screen time. Because at the church, when Rick was sitting there telling them, yeah, we need to go ahead and give up these guns. And whoever got them, y'all better tell on them. They'll give them up so we can give it to them. Because we don't need nobody else hurt. He's standing up like, dude, what is the point? Like, for real. The black dude I'm talking about, he's standing up like, what is the point? Why would we be doing it? I mean, like, it's apparent that they're going to hurt us anyway. So why give in to them? Let's do what we've always done, fight. Then another little white dude stood up. He didn't get a name either. So one of them two, I fear that they're going to die in the next upcoming episodes because they got some screen time and got some lines in and some actors without no paid, no names. So, you know, extras get some lines, then they get paid some ducats. So he get up and like, okay, so we find these guns. Let's say we found them. Then what? What's our game plan? What we going to do? When we gonna get back at them? That's what I'm saying. Let's stop bullshit. And then that's what Rick was like, I just want y'all to understand. I am no longer in charge. I'm not in charge anymore. Rick, you lost control. And you lost charge long time ago, in my opinion. You lost the way back at the prison, in my opinion. When you went crazy like a cuckoo. That's when you lost control of being in charge. I don't know why they wanted to still kind of build you up as a man and keep you, you know, out there feeling like you the boss. So they let you stay in charge, but you shouldn't have been, in my opinion, any longer. Truth be told. So, basically they realized, because Eugene was scary. But Eugene has always been scary. Eugene's like, hey, some people ain't here. So they went to go tear up the people's house who wasn't there. They went to Andrews. They went to Rosita's. They didn't mention that Michonne wasn't there, so they didn't go to Rick's house. But Rick knew that Michonne took that rifle early that morning. So they went to tear up their house. They ended up finding stuff in Andrew's house. They found food, wine, liquor. Andrew was hiding a bunch of shit. We always knew Andrew was a snake from the beginning. We already knew that. I don't suspect any less. I actually don't suspect less from anybody on that little township. Everybody should have something stashed if they smart, I think. Especially a weapon. So he had these 2 guns stashed in the floor. Rick turned the 2 guns in. And Negan was like, well, who is responsible for this, you know? Who almost got Olivia killed? And Rick was like, well, it doesn't matter right now. He was like, yeah, it does matter who did it. But for some reason, they never told him that it was Andrew. Because Andrew and Rosita, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I thought that he was going to have, I thought Negan was going to have old crackhead looking Rita Ora. I thought they was going to have her take out Olivia because he kept telling Olivia he don't like to kill women. That's not he really what he like to do. But he got cut off for some reason. And that didn't happen. So Olivia lived. She was scared and stuff. I hope Olivia was smart enough to have some guns stashed somewhere else too. I really do. I really, really do. But yeah, old crackhead ass Rita Ora, trying to rough her up, and she didn't, though, but she didn't kill him, and nobody died. That's basically what he said. Nobody got to die today. They were leaving. And Rosita and Spencer came back into the gate. And they gave up Daryl's bike, and Daryl just looked so broken. And he asked, well, since you got what you want, can we at least keep Daryl? Rick did ask that. And he was like, well, I'll give Daryl a chance to defend himself. I'm thirsty. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. It's ain't tea. I don't spill tea. But he gave Daryl a chance. Well, in his mind, he gave Daryl a chance to speak for himself. But Daryl's so broken and bruised. Daryl couldn't say a word. And I think in Daryl's mind, it may be in his best interest to go ahead and stay there because he can learn the outlay of the land. He's still not walking with them. And Dwight was like, well, that's all you got to say is that one word to get your bike back. Basically, he wanted Daryl to say, he negging. Daryl is not saying that. So Daryl, as broken and battered and bruised as he is still trying to stand his ground. In my mind, in Daryl's mind, he is ready and thinking the ways to fuck them up. Why is not Rick? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Because let me tell you what he fucking did. Negan and them about to leave. They about to roll the hell up off the damn camp. Michonne is there in the house. He convinces Negan to let him go speak to Michonne for a minute. He takes Michonne's rifle. They didn't even know she had the rifle. They didn't know she had the rifle. Not only did he take the rifle, he took the damn deer that Michonne accidentally killed. And she was bringing back, I'm assuming, for the people to feast on. Because food is in limited supply. And Negan already said that y'all food so limited. I ain't finna take none of this shit here. I don't need y'all starving because y'all can't do the work that I want you to do. So he gave up. He made Michonne give up that damn gun. That rifle. She couldn't even fucking shoot it. But the fact is, he's like, I know you out there practicing. We just need to succumb to them. I can't with this bullshit called Rick this time. This is reminding me of this god dog on election process when all these people are here talking about how fucking scared they is of this, that, and the third. And then the day after, we need to revolt. We need to have a revolution. Why the fuck do you think I want to fight with your scary ass? You were just scared yesterday. No. So Rick in this scaredness of himself. So yes, I'm making up words right now. I cannot get with it. I don't understand it. It's not him. Like I said, he lost me back at the prison a long time ago. But he's always been willing to fight to an extent. If it comes to his children, Rick will sacrifice everybody else for them. He has proven that. And as a parent, I understand. As a leader, one man is not greater than the group. So he basically was telling Michonne that he did what he had to do to keep that little baby alive. He realized that wasn't his baby, but he will protect her. He gonna make her a survivor and make her a fighter. He gonna raise her up to be a strong woman to survive and to fight against this world. And she gonna live, he gonna die before she do. And I'm thinking, how can you raise her to be a strong survivor when you telling everybody else around you to be a coward, to bow down to this treachery, to succumb to this evil that has been brought upon them? You're telling them that you have to assimilate to the ways of the wrong and the evildoer just to keep alive. So how is that teaching her how to be a fighter? And you teaching her how to be a fucking punk is what you're doing. You're teaching her to be scary. You're teaching her how in the face of adversity to bow down just to stay alive instead of fight for what you believe in. If you're not willing to stand up and fight for something, what are you living for? I don't get it, Rick. And you're trying to convince Michonne that this is what to do. And she like, no, bruh. But because she loved this motherfucker, she gonna sit there and say to him, you know, I will try. They done took all our guns. You know, forced me to give up a gun they didn't even know that I had. And it took our mattresses and our bedding and our medicine. And you humiliated us, punked us over and over again. They're going to keep coming back, humiliating us over and over again. And you want me to just say, yes, sir, massa. That's what you want me to do. That's what you want me to do. And Michonne don't look like she one of them yes, sir, massa type of people. She's been a survivor. She was out there on her own, fighting on her own before she found you. She was always a survivor. I can't see her bending to this wheel. I can't see Rosita continuing to bend to this wheel. Because see, Rosita, bulletless and all, still brought that damn gun back. And she must have hid it from Spencer because she hid it by the tire of the car. And no one else could see it. You hear me? You feel me? And when she went into the house, because they shot into her window, she went into the house. She realized there was a shell casing on the ground. And she took that shell casing over Eugene and she said, baby, make me a bullet. I may only have one right now is what she's thinking. But I'm going to use this one bullet to put it in the motherfucker that I want to put it into. I may not make it. This may start a war, but bitch, you gonna die. And that's what I was saying to Rick. Rick, he put Lucille in Rick's hand. And there was a few occasions that Rick could have bashed the fuck out of his head, but he did not. And I know some of y'all thinking that would have been a bad move because he would have died. But you're the leader. A leader willing to go down for his people. Let them decide if they want to fight. And they already told you they want to fight. They want to fight. They willing to die for theirs. But Rick is trying to make them sit down and be quiet and muffle their mouth and silence their voice. I'm so mad at this episode due to Rick. It just angers me so. And then when Michonne goes back out there to where she was target practicing at. And she notices some smoke pillowing over yonder. Pillowing, yes. I used that word. And yonder I did. And then she goes over there to it and she realizes it's their mattresses. The mattresses that they just took from them. All set ablaze. So you did all of this in vain. I mean, you're not even taking it back to your camp for your own personal use. I could understand that selfishness, but you just did this shit in vain just because you could do it, just to make our lives uncomfortable. So, with that in mind, it's making me think Michonne saying, fuck what Rick talking about. We gonna have to get ours. We gonna have to fight for what's ours. And our way of life is what the ours is, not Negan's way of life. So from this episode, I think Michonne, Rosita, the new black guy who didn't have a name, the other white guy who didn't have a name, with the help of Eugene making these bullets, and the priest who I can't even stand. He was even gangster in this one. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, he knew when they came, they was gonna be looking for Maggie. They was going to be looking for Sasha. So he made 4 graves. So when he asked about where she was at, he was like, you know, you can come pay their respects. He stayed in character. He stayed strong. He was a little bit too serene for me. But he stayed in character. He stayed resilient. And Rick was like, oh man, that was a good idea. Thank you for that. I'm surprised Rick didn't bust him out on that. But see, Rick, that was something that you should have thought of. That was not the priest. You should have thought of that as the leader. It's your time. When they said your time for leading is up, they meant Rick. It's up. It didn't mean that Negan needs to be the leader now, but it's time for Rick's reign to end. I can't wait for the Ezekiel and them to come with them and Jesus and them to come back from the hilltop. I can't wait for that because Rick don't need to be in charge anymore. I've been saying that for a few seasons now. Rick don't need to be in charge. I'm about to run out of time. I gotta go. Thank you for watching this review. This wasn't my favorite episode, so hope I gave you what you needed and understood. Peace. See you next Monday.